My name is Blake. I am 38 years old, and I've had about 27 jobs in my life. It happens when you don't have a degree, for starters. Yeah, I have a lot of stories. There are a lot of there's horror stories mostly, but career opportunities, few and far between. And to have a career, you have to be someplace long enough to have to say, I've had a career here. And most of my jobs, 3 years tops, but there's one. There's one I've been at a job for about 7 years. And I was in a factory making milk jugs on a floor, and it sucked. Well, if anyone worked in factories, you know factory work sucks. It just drains out of you. You're the Monday to Friday, you're in, you're out, and there's nothing you could really do there. They didn't have a TV. Their radio only picked up like 2 stations, and they were horrible. My cell phone didn't really pick up much, but we could read the paper. So it was in the paper one time, one May, 6 years ago, and it says, volunteer DJs wanted. Now, I love music, and I always idolized DJs, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to hop onto this. And Susquehanna University, WQSU, has students, obviously. They're in the fall and they're in the spring, but in the summertime, they need people to run the station. So I contacted the station manager. I said, I saw your ad. Let me do this. I want to do this. I hopped on the chance. And he says, great, here's our schedule. And I said, what's available? He says, Thursdays. Okay. And he's like, from 9 to midnight. Who's listening to the radio at 9 to midnight? People are just turning off Law and Order. I don't know. I don't watch TV. I just know that people don't listen to the radio at that time. But it's a chance for me to be on the radio. And I said, yes. And he says, great. We're going to have a bunch of DJs coming in next week. Come in at that time. Make sure you have your DJ handle ready. Okay, I guess I'm a superhero now. I have to have an alter identity. So I'm like, okay, it's Thursday. I'll have a Thursday night block show, and I'll be DJ Thursday. Secret identity. So yeah, I get there, and we got all these DJs, and we all crowd in this room, and there's about 12 of us. And the station manager goes, okay, here's the computer where you get all your music from, and here's the board, and you do all the flipping of the switches, and here's the volume, and this goes this, and this does this, and this button here goes bing, and don't touch that button because that's a bad button to push, and if that light flashes, answer this, do this. And it was like, oh my God, it's a lot. I don't know if I could do this. I mean, I volunteered. I have no experience whatsoever. And I come back the next week, it's my show, and I'm like, all right, I want to show up an hour early. Yeah, I want to watch the guy before me. And lo and behold, he doesn't show. Hi. I'm very, very nervous because I'm in a room in a studio by myself. I'm in a building that is empty. On a campus, there is nobody there. I'm about to go on air for the first time, like ever. And everyone who's going to be listening is in a 40-mile radius. If I'm going to bomb, it's going to be big. And I'm nervous. And then something switched for me while I went on. Something about a part of me I didn't know I really had, and it came out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome one, welcome all to the Thursday Night Block Show. I'm your host, DJ Thursday, all summer long, 9 to midnight. And it was great. I had a good show. People listened, I guess. I don't know. I got no feedback. It's 40 miles radius. It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday. Who's listening to the radio? And the weirdest thing happened. The more times I went on air, the more I knew people actually listened. People called in, doing a good show. Cool. Thank you, random stranger. I got fan mail. Who gets fan mail? Okay. I broadcast to 4 prisons, so my fan mail came from felons. These are the people I call my captive audience listening group. And they loved it. I mean, I loved talking to them. They talked to me. It was cool. And the summer went by just like that. You know, I put a couple shows in. They come back in the winter when the students are on break. I'm coming back. And I had my shows, and they're all in your face, and here's all this great music. This is music you never heard before, music that you didn't think existed. There's music even I didn't know existed. And I found it. I played it, and they loved it. And that 3rd season came by, and I started asking questions like, where did our music come from? Oh, we have all this music today, music that we just kind of tune out, but where did it come from? So I went and played every single genre throughout the season. And I mean everything. I found out a great deal because I digged into music. I digged into the past. I did my research. I got my music, and I played it, and I explained it. I figured out where ska came from. I got a chance to fall in love with ska all over again because I figured out where it came from and its evolutions. I found that the disco didn't die. It went to Europe and had a great time. It came back as dance music, but you didn't know. I found that the country kind of sucked. And I didn't mean like sucked as music's horrible. I mean, it never had a good footing. It had to keep reinventing itself in order to become better or heard or stay in the mainstream. And I got into this, and then it was over. My time has passed, and I had to move. I moved to Reading. I left my job. I followed my dreams, as it were, to go back to school, get a real career. I never had a real career before, but I had one of the best damn jobs I've ever had, and I didn't even get paid for it. There is one thing, I did leave my mark in the world, because at that last show I left, there was a sign, and I put up onto it, and I said, if you're gonna have a show. Make it the best show. Put your love into it, put the work into it. Make it a show you wanna hear on the radio, and enjoy it, because it's not gonna last forever. And love it, because someone out there loves your show too. And to this day, they use those words to welcome any returning or new student to the radio station. Thank you.